Citizens of Tamriel, welcome. Today we are looking at the Dawnfang and the Duskfang. Not only has it been in every Elder Scrolls game, but thanks to the Elder Scrolls Anniversary Edition, it is also now available in Skyrim. And today I want to give you the history and the lore on Dawnfang. So by the end of this video, not only will you know how to get it in your game, but you will also know why it is so important in the Elder Scrolls lore. So of course I'm BeachBurnBob and we cover all kinds of video games. So sit back and let's get our game on. We're going to pick up the history of the sword in the Third Era. The sword was originally forged by Akabir, and it somehow made its way to Tamriel, where it ended up inside a metal box in the depths of the undead-infested ruins of Turnberg. It is the rugged highlands of the Gold Coast. The year is 3E431. The box was looted from the ruins by a small band of adventurers. The sword was then claimed by an orc warrior named Gormok Grobarak, or this guy right here. He's responsible for giving the artifacts its various names, but he quickly discovered the sword's unusual enchantment and reported hearing a voice in his head counting each kill he made with the sword. Following the sword's discovery, the adventurers departed to explore the area around Niman Bay. Around 2 years later, in 3E433, Shergaff opened a portal to the Shivering Isles in the center of the bay in search of a mortal champion. The hero entered the realm, earning citizenship by killing the gatekeeper of the fringe. Without the gatekeeper guarding the gates of madness, the Isles were left open to sane mortals. It was at this time the group of adventurers entered the realm at the command of Shergaff. But all of this was for nothing. All three members were destroyed and or driven mad by various traps and adventures within. But now let's fast forward some time where the sword was acquired by Laurent, an infamous blade captain who was rumored to be part serpent. The death of his wife Emma and the sword's influence combined to weigh him down, however, causing him to fall further into madness. He began taking out his suffering on others and even began to dabble in necromancy. In 4E130, the necromancer hired a group of mages under the gaze that they were to capture Laurent for his treachery. The initial encounter with Laurent failed miserably as they were forced to retreat. They found this experience as a swordman in combination with his sword and his ability to resurrect those killed overwhelming. The mages realized to defeat him, their best course of action was somehow to separate him from the sword. They made preparations to fund a second attempt to capture Laurent. She hired a group of smugglers to aid the mages in fulfilling their contract and revealed the hidden motive to their boss, Birak. She had in her possession a similar blade, known as Bloodthirst, and revealed that the captain's mission was to obtain Duskfang and Dawnfang so it may be swapped with Bloodthirst. She insists that she keep her plan secret from the other mages, and with the deal sealed and the exchange of coin. Okay, so think about this one. He knew necromancy and didn't once think to bring his wife back? Like, you would think if he was the sword this powerful that it blinded his judgment? Or was he so deep into it that he couldn't see that he had the power to do the one thing he was slaying all these people to get? I don't know. Unfortunately, before he or his associates made the journey to fight Laurent, he lost Bloodthirst in Fowler's Tooth somewhere in the rift. But that is a story for another time. With their plans finalized, the mages make their move and located Emma's remains. They're located in a vault in Ripton's Rathway, intended to use it as lore. Laurent tracked down and intended to slaughter them for the audacity to disturb his wife, but upon his arrival, the mages and smugglers sprang their trap. The mages were successful in separating him from his sword, sealing him behind a barrier in the vault's center chamber. Unfortunately, something interfered with the separation spell, and an unintended effect divided Laurent into 3 different hostile spirits. Several theories of what would lead to this unfortunate event emerged. One mage concluded that the spell fell because the magic is unpredictable. Another theorized that the sword may have an ability to interfere with magic. But with Bloodthirst being lost and the significant divergence of Laurent, all of the plans by Varek had failed. Sensing their intimate demise, the mages worked to binding Morant into 3 different areas of the vault. They then summoned Emma's spirits and hoped to convince her to cause her husband to calm down. There was little time left to successfully complete the binding ritual, but at the cost of all, one of them being sealed inside with the vengeful Laurent. As Varek waited for his demise, he realized that the coin had given him had been cursed, for caps indicating how his greed led to his downfall. Laurent remained within the tomb as a prisoner and a guardian of the sword with his wife's remains. All who entered the tomb were to be destroyed by him. But that brings us to 4E201. The last Dragonborn investigated Ripton's Ratways after hearing rumors of disappearances and ghost sightings. Within the Ratway, the spirits of Laurent's long-departed wife, Emma, manifested and guided the Dragonborn through Laurent's chambers. The Dragonborn was able to defeat Laurent's fragments and made him whole, finally freeing him and allowing him to reunite with the wife and the rest of his family for the afterlife. With Laurent free, the barrier surrounding Dawnfang and Duskfang was removed. But that brings us to 4E2, allowing the sword to be retrieved by the Dragonborn if you can beat the quest. And going through the quest is actually pretty difficult depending on what section of the game you are in or how high of a level you are. To get the best statted version of Duskfang and Dawnfang, you do want to be level 30, and you do want to have your smithing up to at least level 90 to be able to get the most out of the sword. However, it can be taken at any time and the upgrade will just be a little bit slower. Let me know in the comments down below, do you prefer Duskfang or Dawnfang?
Revolutionize your experience with Hex Gaming premium custom controllers. Use code BEACH to save at checkout.
So, now on to the quest walkthrough itself. That brings us to the Ripton Ratway. And why do we want the Dawnfang in the first place? Well, it is a Nourish Blade. What that means is that it gains power by the enemies that you take out with it. However, it's not just enemies, it will work on animals. During the day, it is Dawnfang, giving you fire damage, and during night, it is Duskfang, giving you frost damage. The quest itself is pretty simple. As you make your way into the main chamber, there are 3 rooms, and you go through and have to defeat each one of Laurent's spirits. So, as you can see, you can walk through and go through. I won't go through the boss battles here. At the end of each one, each tunnel is a maze that has treasure in store, so search every area carefully. Also, once you have defeated all of them, the sword is yours to claim. It can be upgraded at a workbench. You will need ebony to use on it, as also you will need the Daedric smithing perk to craft it. So you pretty much need your smithing up to 90 before you're able to upgrade it any farther. I won't go over the quest journal entries here because this completes the quest. Another history-making moment in the lore of Skyrim. That book is closed, but don't you worry, because we have brand new Skyrim content coming out every Saturday, so make sure you don't miss out and hit that subscribe button. And we also have a merch store that has wonderful things that any gamer will love. Remember, make life your beach. We'll see you on the next video.